Oh, that's a triple, Harry. That's a triple.
We're on a triple hook up there. They're going off.
Oh, there we go.
Hey guys, welcome back to another big dog fishing episode. As you can see, we've got the motor back in place.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all up and excited. It's felt like bloody ages since we last went on this boat. So what are we going to be doing today, Bluey?
Well, our plan today, we're not going to be chasing quantity, we're just going to be chasing big fish. So we're going to show you guys how we do it, little tips and tricks to get you out there and get some quality fish. But we really want those 40cm whiting today, don't we, Harry?
Yeah, that's it. And one more thing, we'd just like to shout out Matt from R Marine down in Rosebud for getting us back in action. So he's looked after us really well, so we really appreciate all the work he's done.
The boys have done well.
Yeah, so let's go and get this puppy in the water.
Yeah, let's go. Back in action. So, as you can see, I'm quite excited. We're getting out there at the moment. Harry's driving the boat out. So while Harry's doing that, we don't like to waste any time whatsoever. So while Harry's driving the boat out, what I normally do, I sit at the back of the boat as we go out the channel, bash the squid with this so it tenderises it. So obviously you just continuously do that and just bash the squid so it's nice and tender. We don't want to do it out there because if you are fishing in shallow, we think it does spook the whiting. So we just don't waste any time. So when we get out there, all baits are prepared. We've got a bucket full of mussels here that I'll shell as we go out. And just so it just makes everything more organised. We can all fish once we get there. We don't have to worry about any baits being prepared or anything like that. So it just saves a lot of time.
Alright, so we're just coming out of the Hastings Channel now. As you can see, the weather's not too bad, but it's a little bit cloudy and overcast. There's been a few storm cells lurking around, so we're going to try our best to dodge those. We've got an incoming tide, so we're just going to go to one of our spots that we think fish really well on an incoming. So hopefully we can stay dry, don't get struck by lightning, but I think hopefully we can just go out there, dong, and come straight back in before anything happens.
So as you can just see, I've been cutting up these perfect little squid strips here. And the only way we fish them is we literally just pin it through the top. And if they are a little bit finicker in the day, we just put a little bit of mussel on so there's a little bit of scent and they do commit to the bait a little bit better. So I'm going to finish off cutting this flap up. And that way we've got heaps of lovely looking whiting baits and hopefully we can get onto the whiting straight away. Let's get out there. So I've just started cleaning the mussels. And I'm just going to make a nice little pile here with the mussel shells. The reasoning for that is when we get to the mark, see how there's a little bit of mussel still left in the shell? We literally just spread them out around the boat, chuck them in, and it just acts as a way of burley. And also another little thing we do is we just cut the mussels in half because they are a little bit too big for the hooks we're using and obviously the whiting as well. So yeah, it's just little tips and tricks and those 1%ers that can help you guys catch more fish.
Alright, Bluey, you ready, mate?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Alright, let's get it going.
Good's that motor sound, Harry?
I know, mate. Good to see it up in action.
Oh yeah.
as you can see here, we're kind of in the main channel of Westernport now. We've got all our marks and everything here. Then when we have a look on here, we've got this piece of waterway here. This is what we call the cut. This takes us to the eastern. So, look, it can get pretty hairy, the cut, because you've got banks two sides here. You pretty much want to get it perfect, straight on, but it can save you a lot of time. So if you feel confident that your skills in navigating through here are good enough, give it a crack, but that's for you to make the decision. When you feel confident, if you don't risk it. But it definitely saves you a lot of time, and it's a good little spot to go through. So we'll go through here, hopefully don't get stuck, and then get some fish. Alright, so as you can see on here, it looks like just a nice big open piece of water, nothing to hit. You think surely not, but there is actually a little island in here just under the water that you can't see. Not to name names, but a good friend of ours, Mick Matthews, did hit this little island, got stuck there for about 6 hours or so in a whiting comp. So hopefully we do better than him, because bloody hell, I do not want to be sitting on this boat for 6 hours. Especially with these little storm sails hanging around, Bluey, eh? Oh no. We'd be bloody asking to get struck. So it's just stuff like that to be careful of, but it's not really his fault. You can't really blame him, especially if it doesn't show up. So, but you know, still. Alright, so what we like to do when we're dropping the anchor is making sure when we're up near the bank, we want to make sure we drop and we're right on that edge. Kind of around 4 to 6 meters is a sweet spot we find, because you don't want to be too far up onto the bank, too far off the bank. The fish just love that slope and that drop off. That's where they'll hang off and feed. So if you can find that sweet spot, anchor up and get the burley running, hopefully you should dong the fish. So we'll go do that now, because positioning's key. If you're not in the right spot, it's hard to catch fish. So it's something you really want to get to perfect.
So I'm just going to run you through the rig we use. This is just a traditional rig we use on our boat, and basically all it is your hook with a little bit of tubing and a bead on it. One uses a bit of an attractant, and also if there's a bit of weight around, it sort of stays up here rather on your bait and doesn't affect your bait from catching fish. And then as you run up, we've got a big loop here, which as you can see is just a massive loop knot, and all you use that for is just sinkers. So you basically, it's quite easy, put the eye through the eye, round, and bang, straight on. So the benefit of having a loop is if you do fish, you go from fishing shallow, you're using, you know, a 2-ounce sinker, and then you start fishing deep in like 10 meters, for instance. When you want to move up to, you know, a 4-ounce sinker, they're quite easy just to loop off, loop on. You don't have to be cutting line, retying knots, and it just saves a lot of time. So that's how we fish. So we're just getting the spread out now and hopefully get onto the whiting.
Yeah, first fish on actually doesn't feel like a bad fish either.
That's the way. It's good to hear.
Ooh, yeah, this might be alright. It's a nice whiting.
Good stuff, Harry.
Nice whiting.
It's a good start.
That is not a bad first whiting. What do you reckon? Have a look at that thumper.
That is a
Jesus
cracker.
Christ.
One way to start.
First fish of the day, and an absolutely lovely whiting. We'll measure him up. I reckon it'd be
high 30s.
High 30s, yeah. That's not a bad start though. That's a great sign when you.
That's what we said.
That was what, like 5 minutes or so?
Not even. That's what we said. We wanted quality fish instead of quantity. So let's see if we can keep it ticking along. Oh, I'm getting. Oh. No. How good's this, Harry? We've been here less than 5 minutes. I've got a little whiting sitting on the surface here. This rod's going.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good start, I reckon.
Yeah, well you did well, but what happened, mate? You just lost a good fish.
Oh well.
Long distance release.
You know, you got to give back to the community sometimes. You can't take them all.
So I'll just talk you through the reasoning of why we use the fish bag. So number one, it keeps the fish Fish's flesh nice and firm, and it's very cold, so it's a humane way to kill the fish. So we do break the necks before they do go in the ice slurry. Keeps the flesh firm, so later when we go into the boat ramp and start filleting the fish, it's way easier for us to fill it instead of just like a mushy sort of flesh. It's just nice and tender, and yeah, it just keeps the fish nice and fresh. So we're getting heaps of bites at the moment, so let's see if we can convert them into the bag. So we've just done the one that we always do, one that we cast long out the back, and we've hooked up, and it seems like it's a lot bigger fish than the ones we've been getting. It's fighting a lot harder, the head shakes are a lot bigger. Oh, he's got a fair bit of weight in him. Oh, what is it? Oh, it's a big flathead, is it? Oh no, it's just a big whiting.
Big whiting.
Oh, had weed wrapped around, I thought it was a flathead, but how's the size of that puppy? You just did, yeah, it's always the one that long out the back, isn't it, Harry? That always works a treat. Come here, mate. And he's scoffed it too. But that's what we're after today. Even bigger. He'd be mid to high 30s. So we'll try and get a few bigger models, but here's a cracker. Just going to talk you through the burley bucket and the burley cam. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but DIY. The big dog's made it up himself. Got a few brackets, got the GoPro on there, and you'll be amazed what you'll see on it. We've seen school of whiting, squid, gummies, leather jackets, wrasse. We've seen multiple different things on it. So we're gonna put it down and see if we can spot the school of whiting. We'll put it on the video if there's anything cool on there, but it's so cool, fascinating as. So the GoPro does a really good image. So we'll put it down there, Harry, and see if we can stir up a few whiting around the burley bucket.
Yeah, why not?
I just got it. Oh, come on, I don't know what one to go for. This one had a good bite at the back earlier.
There we go.
Harry's on.
Ooh. No! That was a good fish. That was a really good fish. The rod just buckled then.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just absolutely.
So did this one. At least they're hungry.
Oh, that was a good fish.
Hate that feeling, eh? When it like dogs down, like, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, this thing absolutely
just pops off.
It just knuckled down.
Oh. No, it's not massive, but it's had a good hit on it. That back one's going again, Harry. No, it's not bad. Not a bad little school fish. Add to the collection. That back rod's going. Yep. Yep, dog. Go, big dog. Oh.
Oh, this feels like a decent fish. Come on. Let's get these big
puppies in.
Yeah.
Not messing around. How's she feeling?
They're not bad. Not a bad fish. Nothing huge, but
Hit hard.
yeah.
That's what you want. She's in.
Gave me a good run for my money.
Yeah, good stuff. Seem to be out the back, eh?
Yeah. Good chuck this thing. I got thanks. So, I'm on a good fish now, and a bit pretty much exactly like a toad. I was like, these fish, they're really not biting well, and it was almost like a sleeper. Struck at this little nibble, just kind of left it, lifted up my rod, and I'm on, and it is what a nice whiting. That is a big fish. See, that's like, that was off just this little nibble, just a really, really average bite,
Pieces off the thumbo.
and we get whiting like that. So, yeah, they're for big fish, they're a bit finicky with the biting, but
it pays off to have, anchor properly, take the time to anchor, and do those little 1%ers that, can get you more fish.
that is 40 on the dot.
He's a bit curved, only 41, 42.
Let's have a look. Hold on, what's that? That's 42. 42 and chunky. That's a really nice fish.
For.
Bloody earth, let's get him in. Try dropping over the boat again.
Oh, that's a triple, Harry. That's a triple.
We're on a triple hook up there. They're going off.
Oh, there we go. So, as we come through the cup this morning, Harry, what were we talking about? The bloke that hit the bank, Mick Matthews. Well, look who's just pulled up next to us. The man himself. Look at him.
I'm on another one. I'm on fire today. I'm pulling Ben's pants down.
Yeah. Oh, he's jumping.
Hey,
wide.
Jesus.
Puppy.
Feels like another good fish. All the big ones are fending out the back, so I'm just launching them. He's giving me a bit of stick.
I can't even get a hit today, mate. What are you doing differently?
Yeah, another nice one. I called 36 on my next fish. I reckon I may have got myself like a few centimetres here. My last two fish have been 40 and 39 centimetres, so let's see what this one goes. Maybe this one's 38. Let's have a look. What are we back in, Bluey?
37.
37. I don't want to drop, make sure I don't drop this one overboard like that first one. I said 36. We'll go.
Oh, it's nearly 40 again.
Oh, no! That's the second 39. I'm just so close.
Just started getting a few more bigger fish. They're hitting a lot harder now. This one's going like a good fish. Got a fair bit of weight to him. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh,
Mate, that's a good one.
it's probably just 40, I reckon. He's a good one. Yeah. 41, nearly 42. Another good fish. How's the colours on them? This clear water, and they're so clear. The gold dots on them. Pretty hard to beat.
Well, I reckon it's clear to say we've had a pretty good session on the whiting today, haven't we, mate?
Yeah, we've had an absolute cracker day, but I hope you guys have learned something with the little tips and tricks we've given you with the rigs, even preparing baits as we come out the channel, just getting everything organised. But we've had a cracker day on the water. The weather's held out for us. We've dodged a few storms.
Yeah, a bit of everything. It's been a bit chaotic today, but I think I got you for biggest fish today.
Yeah,
what do you reckon?
I'll give it to you. You did well.
I reckon that first fish I dropped in the water would have gone 45, but you know.
Pipe down, big fella.
But you know, what can you do? You win some, you lose some. You got to
That's
give
it.
back to the fish god sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you look behind us, have a look at that storm that's rolling through. It's pretty dark.
yeah, it's been. I think we've done a pretty good job to miss these storms today.
Oh
so.
yeah, looks a bit hairy, but what do you reckon? Let's get in there and start doing the next whiting.
Yeah, well, once again, we appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see our videos coming up in the future, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers
guys.
See ya.